All right, it says I'm live. How's it going, guys? Happy Friday. I know times are tough out there, and I'm seeing it a lot around here. A lot of people shutting down their businesses, and kind of sucks. But you know what? We're here together. We're going to try to have a good time tonight, and we're going to talk about ammo and guns, and I'll be following the chat like I normally do and answering you guys' questions or whatnot, and just hanging out with you guys. So let's try to have a good time. I'm going to try to have a good time, and we still have each other, and we're still alive, right? So I hope you guys are doing good. I hope all your families are well. I hope everything's going good with your jobs. Like I said, I know in Michigan here, not so good, but I'm still in a good mood. So nice to see you guys. All right, I'm going to start back here at the very beginning. You guys are way ahead of me tonight. So if I miss somebody, it's not intentional, but I'm going to try to say hi to everyone real quick. Randall Hill, what's up, man? Beretta, man. How's it going, Beretta? Indy 500 fan. Jeremy Wilson. We've got Kathleen Music Lover. Joe Mayer. Jimmy Kimmel. Is that the real Jimmy Kimmel? I don't think so, but let me know. I don't think it's the real one, but it might be. We've got Brownies for My Fat. Dororo is here. Kathleen says you guys aren't really here right now, so I guess it's just my imagination, but the chat says you are, so. Let's see here. We've got, but you guys have been chatting it up already. JREDC, what's up? Guerrero M, 223556. What's happening, man? Mateo, as always, thanks for being here. Thanks for moderating. I do appreciate it, man. We've got IROC SS85, A-Dubs, 27 words. My man, Raw Feeding 101. Always been a good friend of the channel. Good to see you here, man. Great channel, by the way. If you guys have dogs, you need to check him out. Like, really. Like, it's a great channel, okay? And he does a lot of live streams himself. So I couldn't shout him out enough, but just go there, okay? Gear Prep, what's happening? Scott Steves. Bill Alexander, Port Huron. More Michigan people. I always like my Michigan people. And the rest of you, but especially my Michigan people, right? Southeast Michigan citizen. There we go. Speak of the devil. We've got, oh, it just skipped on me again. I hate it when the chat does that. I'm going to miss somebody here, guys. Ronnie Hernandez. Jeff Fuss. Michigan 2A Sanctuary County's in the house. Right on, Jeff. Boy, he's been doing a lot with that group. You guys in Michigan know who he is, right? Eric Carson, another local guy. What's happening, man? Angry Patriot. Walter Miner. What's happening, Walter? Mark Baxter. Liberty or Death. Keith from Wisconsin. MK's here. What's happening? DP. Mr. Fun Guns. Chris Gaines. Gordon Lilly. Kenneth Halstead. Jared Jones, 2010. Don Coble, what's happening, Don? How you doing, man? Hold on, let me light that up. He just reminded me, Don. We got to light up the llama, the half track. There we go. Oh, I'm having a lighting malfunction, guys. There we go. We're looking good now. Red Dog EDC, Infant Dog. DZIEJ 23. Anaya Dominguez present. Strogus, what's happening, man? From Michigan. Let's see here. Wong's in the house. Hey, Ballin' Bros in the house. What's happening? All right, I'm gonna catch up eventually, guys. I just like to say hi to everyone, you know. Josh Benware, what's happening, Josh? Jared Jones, Clifton Jones. Are you guys related? Dog Dad with the super chat. Thanks a lot, man. I really appreciate it. He said, taught my brother-in-law to hit the X at 5 yards this week on Wednesday, and it was his first time shooting a pistol. I loved it. G3 Taurus. And I really like my G3 Taurus too, guys. It's just sitting right over there. Unfortunately, YouTube rules I can't touch during streams, but whatever. We already know that, right? Well, some people don't know. That's why I remind everyone at the beginning of the stream, I used to have a blast, right? You guys that have been around a while, you guys would request guns. I'd go grab them, show them to you. It was always safe, of course, but not anymore. Now they'll shut us down if we do that because Well, there's not really free speech on here, is there? But this is where everyone's at, so we're gonna hang out and have a good time anyways. They can't ruin our fun, can they? Kano's in the house. Eric, Cave Dave, what's happening, Dave? Poor Conservative, how's it going? Another Michigan guy. I think the Michigan guys have you guys outnumbered right now. Like Kathleen said, don't touch it. Yeah, Scott, it's kind of stupid, isn't it? Daryl Ferguson from Gladwin, Michigan. Awesome. And I've got 74 people in here right now and 29 thumbs up. So I'm not going to bug you guys, but if you could just take 1 second and hit that thumbs up, because even someone that loves it the most, they'll leave their thumbs down. So let's just counteract it a little bit, right? Limbert Johnson, what's happening, man? All right, so Chris Gaines, there you go. Any word on 9mm and 5.56? Last Friday, for those of you that were here, I was giving you guys live updates. AIM Surplus had some stuff. I was trying to let you guys know at the last minute. It seems like shortly thereafter, like as in last weekend, it really started drying up, guys, and it's tough. And here's what I would recommend right off the bat. If you've already got thousands of rounds, yes, you can never have enough, but I wouldn't gouge myself, you know. I think it's understandable in a time like this, and it's a fine line. So let me give you guys some background info. I'm a small business owner. I understand supply and demand. I understand feast or famine. I mean, right now I've got some of my big commercial customers who are having to either close their doors or downsize due to what's going on right now with the pandemic, right? So I'm afraid I'm going to run into some famine here. So what's happening with these gun shops is this. If they sell all their ammo for completely just regular pre-panic price, they're going to sell out today. Their shelves are going to be empty. They're going to have nothing to sell for weeks or months. So this is just my opinion, and you guys can have your own. I get it. Because I am a capitalist, but I also don't believe in price gouging either, right? And I definitely don't believe the government should ever step in and set prices on anything, really. But with that said, if you had a box of ammo that used to run $10 and now they're needing to charge 11 or even 12 for it, I actually understand that. What do you guys think? Because here's the deal. They still have to pay their light bill and their rent for the next month or two while they're waiting and they can't get any ammo. So, yeah, I get it where they have to make a little extra. I mean, we could argue the fine points of it. If it was $10 pre-panic, maybe 11's fine, maybe 12, maybe 13, maybe even 15. I don't know. But let's just say $12, 20%-ish. I'm kind of fine with that because I get it. And these people, they might make record sales like literally this week. But if they can't get any from the distributor for 2 months and you average this record week out for 2 months, they might be down to barely paying their rent, especially on the local level, okay? So that's where I'm at. But then there's places like Cheaper Than Dirt, and I'm going to call them out by name. And if one of you guys like them, that's fine. I've always said do whatever you want. You guys are adults. But Cheaper Than Dirt, they've gone a little bit extreme. And I'm not surprised because I remember Sandy Hook when it happened. And they were charging, insane prices, like $1, $2 a round for 5.56. They were charging $1 a round for 9mm. They were even doing worse than that at Sandy Hook. I'll tell you guys a quick story, a personal story and a story from a friend. So a friend of mine, right when Sandy Hook happened, like immediately, he knew, and I knew, he went on there and he bought a case of ammo, right? At normal price. They hadn't raised their price yet. They shipped the ammo. It made it all the way to the final destination at his local post office. He was expecting it later that day. And then somehow the tracking number started showing it was going in reverse. Now, I didn't know they could do this, but somehow, after it had already been shipped and gotten one step away from his doorstep, Cheaper Than Dirt was somehow able to put in a call or whatever they do, online call. I don't know exactly how this works, but they did it. And they actually retracted it, and it got sent back to them. And they took it away from him. And then he could rebuy it, but instead of, say, $200 for that case of ammo, it was like $500. That actually happened. And he's in the chat right now. This is serious. Now, with me, something similar happened. This is before I really knew Cheaper Than Dirt was bad, right? I thought they were okay at that time, before Sandy Hook. So I bought a case of ammo. I can still remember it to this day. It was 7.62 by 39 Brown Bear. And it was like $189 or $199 for 1,000 rounds, which was acceptable back then. I had it ordered. It had made it about halfway in the destination. Like it had transferred through 2 or 3 different UPS hubs. All of a sudden, the same thing happened to me because I'm excited. I'm like, oh my gosh, there's this ammo panic. You can't get it, but I have this case coming, so I'm going to be good, right? And a lot of you guys feel the same way right now that have got a case on its way, right? So you guys know what I was going through, right? It was halfway there, and all of a sudden the tracking number started going in reverse. Like it had made its way to Indianapolis, Indiana. Then it was going back again. And I'm like, this is going further away from me. What the heck's going on? Called Cheaper Than Dirt. No answer, of course. Emailed them. Guess what? No answer, of course, right? And this is seriously what happened to me. It made it all the way back to them. So they somehow took it back. Like they called UPS and said, send it back. And they obliged, right? So it went back to them. They had the balls to email me. And I'm still pissed enough to this day just to remind you guys what they do. It was $189, $199. Let's just say $199 for argument's sake, right? About $200. They sent me an email and said, the item that you had previously ordered is now in stock again, right? Because they had it back now. $499, $500. And they said, act now. We'll reserve it for you for the rest of the day or whatever. After that, we're going to release it again. Like, I don't know. I don't know if that's against the law or not. And I'm not a big government man, so I didn't really call the attorney general or anything because I'm just not that type of guy. But it felt like it was like maybe criminal, but at the very least, completely and utterly unethical. And I said, screw that company. Never again. And even after prices calmed down and up until a week and a half ago, we kind of had the lowest prices I remember since before the first Obama election. Really, if you guys do the math, back before 2008 is about where prices were just a week and a half ago. And even then I was telling people, don't ever shop with them. They gouged people. They did like completely unethical and shady things. And guess what they're doing right now? I'm gonna click over here on this other tab to Cheaper Than Dirt. Right here, they've got, let me click on ammunition again here because they're always changing their homepage. They have Brown Bear. Oh, geez, Brown Bear. Let's throw it in my eye, Cheaper Than Dirt. I'm not truly shopping here. I'm just calling them out. 7.62 by 39, Brown Bear. 20 rounds, $22.30. That's $1.10 a round, guys. Now, if you have no ammo at all, go anywhere but there. You know what I'm saying? Just, you guys, again, I don't want to tell you guys what to do. I know I'm starting to kind of do that here, but do what you want. If you want to buy it, that's fine. I'm not mad at you, but I kind of am. You guys know what I'm saying. Don't do it. Don't do it. Somehow people are actually buying this crap because I saw boxes of Tula 9mm 50 count boxes earlier today for $35. Now it's gone. There's no 9mm on their website. So they literally sold out today of steel case. You know, this is Wolf, but Wolf and Tula are pretty interchangeable with price, right? They sold out of this at $35 a box today. So there was obviously, Kathleen says, who's buying this stuff? There you go. They sold out. There's no 9mm for sale at any price right now. I'm looking at it right now here on Cheaper Than Dirt. So if it was one of you guys that did that bought from them, it's cool. Like, I get it. I really do. But at the same time, don't do it, guys. They're not with us. They're not one of us. They're one of these people that, yes, they're in the gun industry, right? But they're not our kind of people. They're people that just look at dollar signs. In my opinion, they don't care about the Second Amendment. The Second Amendment says the right of the people to keep and bear arms shall not be infringed. And I know that only applies to government. I totally get it, okay? But at the same time, you're no friend of the Second Amendment when there might be somebody who is just getting into guns. Maybe they've been into guns a long time, but they've been laid off for a while, and they were down to their last couple rounds, and they just want one box. To charge someone $35, I think that's a little flagrant. And if you guys are just joining in right now, okay, or you forgot what I said a few minutes ago, I'm a capitalist, okay? I get it, okay? I'm gonna do a little ammo unboxing tonight, guys, and I'll tell you the prices I just paid for some ammo that I bought about 2 weeks ago. Just before this happened, I wasn't psychic, I didn't know, but I've been doing more shooting videos with the channel, and I have some pistols that I really wanted to shoot a lot. Like I wanted to run a bunch of rounds through the G2C for a video. I really wanted to shoot my Glock Polymer 80, run it hard. I wanted to run this Smith & Wesson SD9VE pretty hard. So I ordered a decent amount of ammo just 2 weeks ago. And in hindsight, I got lucky. And I saw that, I'll give you guys a quick example. I'll go through the ammo in a second once more people come on in. But I bought some of this wolf ammo, this right here, and some more from AIM Surplus 2 weeks ago for $6.49 a box. Steel case. I'll give you guys my opinions on steel case in just a minute, but $6.50. Now, I went to AIM today because I'm just trying to help people out. I'm letting them know on my Facebook. I was hoping to give you guys some good news tonight, right? Right now, I don't see any cheap ammo. I'll keep checking during this stream and let you guys know. But about an hour and a half ago, they popped the same ammo back up on AIM Surplus. It was $6.50 2 weeks ago. They popped it up for $7.30 a box about an hour and a half ago. And I told a few friends real quick. Unfortunately, it's gone now, guys. They just sold out about a half hour ago. It was up for all of 1 hour. And I said, you know what? I'm fine with that. And actually, I'm going to kind of tip my hat to AIM Surplus because, yeah, it was $6.50 a week ago, 2 weeks ago. Now they're charging $7.30. That's still fair. A lot of companies, because AIM Surplus, by the way, just so you guys know, that's the go-to place for Wolf and Tula. They have the cheapest steel case anywhere, and they always have. So I'm like, you know what, $7.30? There was some other big online retailers whose regular price was $8-9 for this stuff all day, every day before the panic. So I'm like, that's cool. They raised their price, 10%. And that goes back to what I just said. They got to raise it a little bit because once they sell out everything in an hour and then their distributors out, because that's what's going to happen. They're going to keep getting in stuff from the distributors for the next week or two. And then it's probably going to be like Sandy Hook, where months are going to go by and they're not going to have a truck. So, yeah, they've got to hurry up and stockpile as much money as they can up today to pay their bills and their payroll and everything for the next, month or two or whatever, however long our country's in this crisis and people feel the need to stock up on ammo. And speaking of stocking up on ammo, I watch Tucker Carlson quite a bit. I'm not a big mainstream media guy, but there's something about Tucker I like, and I feel like he's called out even other mainstream people, and he's even called out Trump, when Trump's done anti-gun things, which he has. Anyways, I like to watch Tucker Carlson. I know it's mainstream media, but I just find the show entertaining, and I'm not going to apologize. I like the guy. I think he's pretty cool, right? So I was watching Tucker the other day, and he said, this was about a week ago now, and he said, why are people buying all this ammo? And I'm going to paraphrase. He said, it's not because anybody believes that the speeding bullet is going to catch a virus and shoot it and kill the virus. No, people are buying all this ammo because they don't trust the government. That's why. Let me know if you guys agree, but that's literally how I'm looking at it. This has nothing to do with anybody truly thinking that they're going to keep their family healthy from this. No. It's because we don't trust the government. Because National Guards have been called up everywhere. They say that they're here just to help feed people. And I know, and I'm not trying to instill any panic, guys, and I'm actually going to stick up for the Guard to a point. The Guard does feed people. That is one of the things they do. So is the Guard going to feed people? Oh, quite possibly. Probably. I hope that's what they're doing. Could they be called up for other reasons? Of course they could. Of course they could. This is America. Is America really going to let, I don't know if it's going to happen, but if or when the president or one by one the governors start telling people you're locked in your home? I saw footage over in other countries, China, where they were putting bars over people's doors, literally boarding them in, where people were rattling their doors trying to get out. I saw in China where people were walking down the street, not abiding by the curfew and the quarantine, and they show their police and military grabbing people by the hair and dragging them throughout the streets. Well, this is America, okay? Now, I'll tell you what. I'm not going to let somebody drag me by the hair through the street. It's going to end up going down a little worse than that, or they're going to leave me alone. They're not going to drag me by my hair and put a cage over my door. It ain't going to happen. I know most of you guys feel the same way. That's why people are buying the ammo right now. I mean, I assume so. If one of you guys thinks that you can stop any kind of illness or sickness with a round of ammo, let me know. Let me know. You're a better shot than me, but it's exactly like Tucker said. They're buying the ammo because we don't trust the government. And a lot of us have had ammo for many reasons this whole time, but I think a lot of people have been woken up lately. I mean, people like me, channels much smaller than mine, channels 1,000 times bigger than mine. We've been telling everybody, right? All you guys and whatnot, not to trust the government. They've been after our guns for a long time. They've been after our liberty for a long time. Many people say it started when Kennedy signed the UN disarmament back in the early 60s. It was signed in by JFK. You know, that's 60 years ago now. A lot of us have said, well, we've known they've been up to no good for a long time. Well, we all know this. I'm preaching to the choir. You guys are the guys that already knew what was going on, right? But just think about it. So many people, just general public, they never came into gun channels. They never came into people that were warning them saying, hey, the government's after your guns. They have been for a long time. And when they say gun control, you guys that have been around my channel a while have heard me say this 100 times. You've heard channels way smaller than mine and way bigger than mine. Like, I didn't invent this saying, guys, but I believe in it. Gun control. The operative word is not gun. The operative word is control. We've known for a long time they wanted to control us. Now, all of a sudden, out of the blue, there's a bunch of people never owned a gun before in their life, never had a round of ammo. They're buying their first gun and as much ammo as they can. I think it took the fact that, you know, people have called up the National Guard, and in some places they're seeing tanks and armored troop personnel carriers, you know, APCs driving up and down the roads. Maybe that's what it took for some people, right? Now, there's two ways to look at it. We should be happy in a way, one might say. I'm just giving you guys two sides of a coin here. We should be happy. There's a bunch of people that were kind of in the dark. Now they're with us. That's what some people will say. Other people will say, screw them. You're the one that was voting for all these people the whole time, putting them in power. How dare you come to our side now that it's almost too late? Screw you. Once an enemy, always an enemy. I'm going to let you guys decide how you're looking at it, right? But I think that's what's kind of going on in this country right now. I mean, I haven't had a lot of time to be on social media. Quite frankly, I've had a lot of stuff in my personal life this week that's literally exhausted me. I like to put up a video every day. If you guys haven't noticed, in a stream on Friday, I put up 2 videos this week, which I really enjoyed doing. Not for a reason. There's a lot of stuff going on right now. And somebody said, all this for the flu. Exactly, Scott. But regardless, there's a lot going on. I've been scrambling, trying to get stuff done for customers who have told me, we'll give you these last few jobs, and then we're going to close down for a while, or maybe even for a long time. So I've been working hard all week trying to get jobs done and catch up on some. You guys know what I'm saying. A lot of you have probably been the same way. Feast or famine, you know. I've been out there working extra long days just trying to get some hours in, hoping they don't close down their accounts payables, because then I guess I work for free all week. So any of you guys that are wondering if you're going to get paid, I'm with you, okay? If misery loves company. But I've been reading social media a little bit, back to what I was saying. And there's kind of a sense of that, isn't there? Where some people are saying, screw all these newbies that are just getting into guns just now. If they weren't with us before, they're still against us. Valid point, right? Other people are saying, you know what? It's good that they're coming into the game because there's more people on our side, you know? What do you guys think? And I am asking you guys because, you know, you guys are my friends, my buddies, and I do respect what you guys say. I haven't completely made up my mind yet. I can see 2 valid arguments on both sides, you know? I'll admit part of me is like, screw you, Johnny come lately. Who the heck do you think you are, you know? We've been dealing with this struggle. We've been fighting. People like me and Don Coble and Eric Carson and probably like 10 other people in here. We were there, man. We were fighting for 2A sanctuary counties. We've been fighting because freedom isn't free. We fought for your freedom. You weren't even exercising. How dare you freeload off of our backs? That goes through my head. But then I step back a minute and I'm like, you know what, though? Being a patriot's a thankless job. You shouldn't do it for your own accolades. If somebody else wanted to sit there and be lazy the whole time while you were fighting to keep the Second Amendment alive and they want to now enjoy it, hey, God bless them. It's their God-given right. I think that way too. Like, I am truly conflicted a little bit, guys, and I'm thinking about all this, and I want to be careful because, we always say the Second Amendment's unalienable and it's for all people, and it is. Does that include the people that are Johnny-come-latelys? I think so. But at the same time, I am frustrated that they didn't put their work in and help out a little bit, right? Because, shoot, I can remember when I was a young man, I guess I didn't take anything real seriously too much because what do you do? Like, when the first AWB went in 94, I wasn't even old enough to vote. But, man, as long as I can remember, I've been fighting for this. Like, when I was young, you know what I'm saying? I was ready to vote based on the Second Amendment over 20 years ago. And a little bit of it makes me frustrated, like some of these guys are freeloaders. But I truly believe that the Constitution says these are God-given rights, and these are unalienable rights. So, of course, the Second Amendment applies to somebody that hates guns and just now decides they like them just as much as it does me and you. And I do believe that, okay? So I guess I'm a little frustrated, but at the same time, yeah, they have that right. They can go buy all the guns they want, right? What do you guys think? Tactical Reviews in the house. What's happening, man? He says, I think it's funny they actually believe they could have guns shipped straight to them. They did, and we can laugh at them, of course. That's cool, right? But I do totally believe that these are unalienable rights, and even Mayor Bloomberg, you guys are gonna. Okay, I just got 10 thumbs downs. No, I'm joking, but he's not a person, so it doesn't count for him. But any person though, really, whether they're with us or against us, they still have the right. We can't just pick and choose who has a right because as soon as we do, you guys know what happens, right? I saw a few of you guys did exactly what I asked you to. You put my name so it went in orange, So let me try to catch up to some of you guys here. Don Coble, we have fun in 2A EDU group. We do. My Facebook group is awesome, guys. I've only been in there like twice all week, but I did some catching up tonight. And you know what I realized? You guys are just fine without me. You guys have had more fun since I've been busy all week. But yeah, there's so many good people in my Facebook group. Right here in this chat. Yeah. Matt Morrison says, we understand. Yep, collision repair field is slowing down as well. It is, and people are warning you, like, hey, we're going to be laying off people here come Friday, which is today. So we still need this project done. After that, we're going to be on a day-by-day basis. These are friends of mine. A lot of my customers I've known a long time, but they just don't know what's going on, Sucks. I'm not going to say their name because it doesn't matter, but I was at a company today. These are friends of mine that own this company. Guests at my wedding, okay? Those kind of friends. And I've known them for 20 years, been working with their business for almost as long. Worked with them in their pole barn until they got their first shop. And then when they bought their next shop and their next one, I've been there the whole time. And I've become friends with almost everyone that works there. And I was there today just doing my work like a wallflower. And I unfortunately had to overhear the meeting where they laid off 75% of their employees today. And I may have some contract work because I own my own business, guys. I'm a contractor. There may be work for me there next week. There may not be. I'll call Monday. But I just saw 3/4 of a whole company get laid off. And the owners are my friends. And the one owner was almost in tears over it, quite frankly. And I'm almost tearing up. To be honest with you guys, I've known a lot of these guys for a long time. Really good friends of mine. And they said, hey, well, unemployment's been expanded and stuff. So that's going on right now, guys. It really is. And like Francis P. just said, life now is called the Flugaloo. Oh, man, thanks for making me laugh. I'm still trying to be in the best mood I can, guys. But, oh, man. You guys have had it happen, too. I just watched 3/4 of a company that I'm good friends with. Almost everyone that works there get laid off today. And they're hoping it might be for a week, 2 weeks. Some people now say 18 months. So that's not going to be good for the ammo shortage, is it? Raw feeding 101. My brother-in-law is a perfect example of someone who is buying their first gun because they're afraid and waking up. And you know what? I'm hoping he's a good dude. Since he's related to you, I'm going to assume he is, right? So welcome, man, Welcome him to the community. Let him know, though. Let him know. And I'm sure you've done this, but I'm just saying this for everybody. Let any of your friends or brother-in-laws know, hey, man, The only reason you still have that right is because all of us have been fighting. So you got to get on board now. And hopefully he gets in the fight. And I'm being very optimistic that there's a lot of good people who are first-time gun owners who are going to get in the fight. And we're going to have a lot more people on our side, you know. Flying Rich broke 2,000. Congratulations, man. Rich is another one. He's been around here a long time. Someone I consider a good friend. Congratulations, Rich. You're awesome, man. And I've shouted out his channel a bunch before, and I'll do it again for you guys that are new. Definitely check out Flying Rich. He's a good dude. He does a lot with the guys over at Hank Strange and the Lifestyles Unlocked and Loaded stream. Nice guy. Is Ozark Yemen in here? I saw someone. Did you sneak in here? Oh, there you are. What's happening, Ozark Yemen? Another good channel. I left a comment on your video earlier today. Poor Conservative teaching us how to make some nice coffee. You know what I'm saying? I left a comment on his video earlier today. Fine Rich said it was depressing being at the supermarket today. Yeah, because you walk in there and all the shelves are empty, right? Walter Miner brings up a good example. This is similar in businesses to the 2008 economy crash. Construction professionals like myself survived in 2009, then out of work. There you go. Yes, Mike M. Hope they remembered election time, right? Where they ran to when it got real. That's exactly what I was saying, Mike. And you guys know this. It always happens to me. I go on rants and I'm like, man, this guy just came in here and summed it up in one sentence. So basically what Mike just said. That's a big one. Remind your friends. Hey, we can. It matters what we say to people. Say, all right, dude, you're enjoying your Second Amendment that belongs to you too, but you got to fight because they're trying to take it, you know? Let's see here. Orion Fixer. How's it going, Orion? He says, this crisis, he'll release a video to his patrons first, and sometime down the line, he'll release it to us, please. Nice Christian attitude, huh? Info that could have saved some suffering or worse. You guys must be talking about someone else. So clarify. I'm gonna assume I'm gonna assume before I get pissed, there's no way you're talking about me because I've definitely not done that. My Patreon supporters can. You're probably not talking about me, are you? I've not actually posted anything to Patreon all week, so. And I do feel bad, and I really do appreciate you Patreon supporters, and I will have a couple early releases for you guys soon, but it's not going to be anything critical that could have saved anyone's life. I don't actually think there's anything about my channel that saves anyone's life, but Orion, see above. Okay. There's so much going through here, Orion, I can't see above, but I knew you weren't talking about me because I don't do that. I will, for my Patreon supporters, sometimes put out something a little. You guys know what I'm saying. I'll put out a few short videos like, hey, I'm thinking about doing this. What do you guys think? Or I'll put up just a video a couple days in advance, but it's nothing that critical. Anything that's a public service announcement, like we got to get involved and know about this gun control bill or two-way sanctuary counties or a deal on ammo, I put that out to the public immediately every time. I probably actually don't treat my Patreon supporters good enough, I guess. I think you guys are giving it to me as a tip, and you guys see that I'm putting all the money back in the channel. And I really appreciate you guys. And it does suck on here in a way, you know. You put a lot of money into the channel, and they either out and out demonetize the video, or what they're famous for me is this. I know you guys have heard this from other gun channels. And here's the thing. I hope you guys believe me, but believe me or not, this is true. Before I was a partner and was monetized, I used to think they were all lying, but I see it happening. They really do screw gun channels over, like really, really. And I can prove it with my own analytics. I heard Mr. Guns and Gear, for example, who I don't know personally, but I believe he's probably a really nice guy. In his last video, he was just talking briefly about how he was just demonetizing it on his own, right? And then I saw him on Hank Strange's stream, Lifestyles Locked and Loaded, and Hank put the clip up. You guys probably already know what video I'm talking about. And Guns and Gear said, hey, they demonetize us, meaning they either A, turn it all the way off for the whole channel. They do that, right? What's happening, the Mexican? And then or they'll take a video and demonetize it. Well, there's a third way they do it. So either your whole channel's gone, or it's one video, right? Is gone, or half your videos. Or they'll monetize your video, but they'll put you in such a crappy pay bracket. And this is what Guns and Gear was talking about, that a normal channel, if it was about dogs or cross-dressing, lipstick wearing pets, whatever, you guys know the stuff that's out there, right? If they were to make like, $100 on 100,000 views, the gun tuber will get like $3. Well, I only have a few videos that are like 100,000 views, right? But yeah, he's not very far off. It's crazy. You'll literally see ads playing on your videos and all that. And then you're like, oh yeah, maybe I'll get enough money from YouTube this month to buy some ammo for my next shooting videos. And then you look and it's like, oh, I made 67 cents on that video. I made $3. I made $12. Now that's a video that had like tens of thousands of views. So they're not joking when they say that. They're really not. And I always thought they were lying. I really did. And I kind of feel bad now. Because I was like, oh, these gun tubers are lying. They're striking it rich. And I know they are. Maybe at one time. But now that we're on like our fourth adpocalypse, yeah. I think Mr. Guns and Gear was shooting it straight to you guys the other day. I really do. Yeah, Kathleen says YouTube pushes the LGBT and lefty stuff. Oh, absolutely. Of course. Of course. And yeah, Joseph Piketty, CDC is price gouging. That's how I opened up the show tonight. They're absolutely price gouging. It's insane. And while I truly believe in freedom, so I'm not going to tell you guys what to do. I hope none of you are supporting them. I would like to see kind of a I don't want to say boycott because I don't really believe in boycotts either, but I'd like to just see them not sell this crap, right, at the price they're selling it for. But somehow they are. They had ammo basically exactly like this, Tula 9mm, earlier today. $35 a box. They're sold out now. AIM surplus, this was $6.50 a week ago. They put it up about an hour and a half, well, now 2 hours ago. They put it up for $7.30, which I thought was very respectable of AIM surplus. And now they've sold out. But AIM surplus, this is today. Let's compare apples to apples. AIM surplus, $7.30, cheaper than dirt, $35. And they're both sold out. So... And I don't know anybody at AIM Surplus, guys. I really don't. I'm just trying to help. But just a couple hours ago, they popped up some brass-cased PPU 556 for $7 a box. They popped up some steel-cased 223 for about $4 a box. They seem to keep popping stuff on from time to time. Now, when they do, the brass case 556 sold out in 15 minutes. The 9mm steel case lasted about an hour. And then the 223 steel case, which I've got some right here, that lasted about half hour, okay? So I hate to say this, but if you're extremely bored, you kind of got to be on their ammo page hitting F5 during the day, Probably this late at night, they're not going to be listing anything, but maybe tomorrow they will, if not Monday, So let's see here. Pete, will this lead to war? I mean, I don't know. There's literal war and there's figurative war. I mean, we've been at war in a figurative sense against them for a long time. I almost believe since shortly after 1776 we've been at war, because if you listen to George Washington's farewell address when he left as our first president, he was ashamed, and it wasn't a very positive farewell address. He was sickened and saddened by how much liberty he believed we had already lost after his first presidency. So I guess you could say since the early 60s we've been at war. You can say since the NFA, 1930s, we've been at war. Maybe we've been at war, like George Washington said, since the day this country started. The country's been taking its liberty away from the people. I don't know. I think there's something to this, because all the founding fathers warned, from time to time, the tree of liberty needs to be refreshed by the blood of patriots and tyrants, right? When Ben Franklin was asked, what have we, sir? A republic or a monarchy? He said a republic, if you can keep it. So I think the founding fathers knew, it's pretty clear, that the day that they formed the greatest experiment on liberty, self-governance, of the people, by the people government. They knew the day they started it, it was going to start taking the rights away. That's how I read history anyways. I mean, I'm not a historian or a PhD, but there's a lot of founding fathers quotes, writings, memoirs that you can read where they were kind of predicting this from the day they started this government. Notice Ben Franklin didn't tell the lady that asked him. He didn't say a republic and you are going to keep it. He didn't say when you keep it. No, words matter. And if you guys haven't noticed, the founding fathers always chose their words carefully. He said a republic if you can keep it. If you can. And for a long time, probably for the last couple 100 years, people have taken a lot of stuff for granted. They've said, well, it's not in my backyard. It's okay. And people still do it right now. They say, well, I live in this state, which has virtually no gun control, so I ain't worried about what happens in this state or that state. And a lot of people don't care. Now, I'm preaching to the choir. You guys do. You guys are the ones that have been around. You guys are mainly gun people. I mean, there might be a couple people in here who are anti-gun, and as long as you're not spamming the chat or making yourself so rude that people can't have a good time, you're welcome too. But I'm going to say probably everyone in here gets it. But yeah, I think they experimented with something, right? Because this country has always been an experiment. And sometimes with experiments, you get a positive result. Sometimes you get a negative result. And I definitely think that, this is an experiment. And right now, we're seeing how much longer it can hold up. Now, in one way, I'm like, shoot, if the government sends me $1,000 check, I'm going to have to cash that SOB because I don't know how I'm going to pay my bills. But another way, are you kidding me? Sending us all a check? Like, what does that even mean? It sounds like kind of socialist communist to me, right? Now I get it, though. I'm a compassionate person, and most conservatives, while we try to be fiscally responsible and we don't want to see us borrowing trillions of dollars from the country who gave us this dang flu, created, whatever you want to call it, right? Do some people need that $1,000 check to eat? That's what they say. Do I want anybody to starve? No, I don't want anybody to starve. But here's the problem. Communist countries that say we'll provide everything you need, which that's what this $1,000 check sounds like. Usually they have more starving people than a republic, than a constitutional republic. Do they have better health care? No. So we're bankrupting our country right now. Bankrupting our country for stimulus. We're bankrupting our country right now over a sickness. And I'm kind of torn between some of this stuff here because I do believe it's only money to a point. Like, if I had somebody I knew that was sick, I'd give all my money if it could make them better, right? Like, I'm not a money-hungry person. So I do want people's lives to be saved, and I want as least amount of people as possible to die. But here's the problem here. Going by what I just said, I don't want people to get sick. I don't want people to die. But is spending all this money really going to save lives? Now, it may save a few lives right now. But if you look at third world countries, which if our stock market continues to crash, okay? If it continues to crash, and yes, our stock market's crashing. I'm not trying to be doom and gloom, but that's a fact. Look at third world countries, how their health care is. Look at their mortality rates. Look at their longevity. They don't live very long. They're not very healthy. So if we're literally willing to bankrupt ourselves into becoming a third world country, taking away rights, all these executive actions, decisions that suspend the United States as we know it. If we do that and we strip us of all of our rights, the country loses all of its fortune, goes trillions of dollars more in debt, ironically, collapsing our system, while China right now is rebounding like crazy. They're gonna be rebounding, in my opinion. Because all these essential items that we need, the masks, the antibiotics, the drugs, because we don't even make anything here anymore. I think Bayer Aspirin was the last darn company that made aspirin, closed its doors in the USA in 2002. We haven't made a lick of medicine in this country for 20 years. Who do we make it from? Who do we buy it from? China. And even the stuff that's assembled here, we buy the ingredients from China and assemble it here. So what's going to happen? Supposedly someone in China ate a skunk or a bat, right? Supposedly. You guys can believe that if you want. Look, you can believe it if you want. I don't care. That's not my point right now. Somebody ate a bat or a skunk in China, got the rest of the world sick. And what happens? We're going to bankrupt ourselves to where people in the United States in a few years are going to be living worse than the people in Hunan. And then look at the mortality rates, the longevity rates. Meanwhile, China stock's going to go up because we're buying everything to try to save everybody here from the country that got us sick. I'm really not a conspiracy theorist, guys, but does something not add up right? Now let's look at Boeing, one of the biggest companies in America. Their stock was $400 a share. What is it now? 40 cents? Probably more than that, but you guys know what I'm saying. They're tanking. This is the last big airplane manufacturer this country has left. We already can't make headache medicine. We can't make antibiotics. We can't make any of the life-saving stuff this country needs. We buy it all from China, or almost all, right? Now we're not even going to make airplanes that our military uses, that I think most people would agree with me that are in the armed services, because I've never served. But it's kind of obvious that our air superiority, our airplanes, is what makes our military so great. Now, all the grunts on the ground and all the medical personnel, office, I'm not taking away from anyone's service, but all those troops on the ground sure as heck like our air superiority, right? It's a big deal. Well, what's going to happen when we get rid of all of our manufacturing? So what? Boeing's going to go bankrupt. I hope Trump stops it somehow. Just watch and see what happens. Right now, as we speak, China is buying up stock in all these American companies that are going down the toilet. So we're borrowing money from a country that this virus came from. Our economy's tanking. Our government's literally said, and this is both sides of the aisle. That's why I'm just calling it government. You're not hearing me say Pelosi right now, or Trump, or McConnell, or Schumer. It's all of them. The only thing they're arguing over is who can bankrupt us worse, right? And I know Boeing doesn't make all of our military aircraft, and I understand that. If it's fine with you that we lose Boeing, cool, that is fine. But it's not fine with me, because Boeing's a big company in the United States, okay? And if China buys all the stock in it, what would that look like? I'm just saying. But I bet you by the time this is said and done, because I'm noticing both sides of the aisle, both parties, okay? All they're arguing about right now on Capitol Hill is one guy wants to spend $1 trillion, one guy wants to spend $1.5 trillion. I just don't understand it. I really don't. And I'm not trying to underestimate this virus. I know there's people sick with it right now. And some of you guys may have loved ones who's sick with it. And if you do, God bless you. I'm praying for everybody that has it, okay? But I don't know. I remember the H1N1, the bird flu, the swine flu, the SARS. Millions of people died, and it sucks if like one person dies from a flu. Like, everyone's life's valuable, right? But millions of people died. Here, basically, there was like hundreds that died so far, and we're already willing to spend trillions. I've just never seen anything like this in my whole life. So I'm hoping nothing I'm saying tonight's too conspiracy theory. I'm just kind of stating the obvious. Our country, that you've seen Rand Paul so many times on the Senate floor, he's always trying to put an amendment in there. Every time he sees them getting ready to pass a bill to spend billions of dollars more on, what was it, the sexual conduct of birds that are taking cocaine or something, right? You're like, oh, Rand Paul is good for that. He always lets you know, like, we spent billions of dollars so that they could have clowns perform for people in Argentina. And you guys that watch Rand speak on the Senate floor, you know exactly what I'm talking about, right? And, you know, he always says our country's borrowing $1 million a minute. And this has been going on for a really long time. And his dad used to talk about it, and others. It's just Rand Paul always kind of stands out, because even again right now, he's the one putting up the amendment to this, saying to pay for this flu bill, or whatever you want to call it, we should take the money from foreign aid. Take it away. We just have to take care of ourselves right now. But they're not going to listen to him. His amendment won't pass. It never does. Every time Rand tries to do something to balance a bill, it never, ever, ever passes, because all these people want to do is just, for some reason, keep running up the national debt more and more and more. So we'll see what happens, you know. Thanks, Aunt Diesel Vision. How's it going, man? He said your channel's growing, bro. I'm loving it. Thanks, man. And look, I kind of always like to have a little rant, and it might get got a little negative for a little bit there, but that's how I feel. So many of you guys have been either emailing me or sending me Facebook messages like, what do you think about this, man? And I kind of tried to portray how I think about it, okay? I tried to let you guys know how there's kind of two sides to the new gun owner getting into it right now. I'm going to say, hey, the Second Amendment belongs to everybody equally. But let's just remind them that we've been fighting a long time and they need to get on board too. That's kind of the way I'll sum that up, you know. Am I a little annoyed at some of these newbies? Sure, but no, the Second Amendment applies to them. Cheaper than dirt is completely crap. And I'm just kind of summarizing for people who just popped in here, you know. And I know, Aunt Diesel, it's a little bit necessary, I think, or I wouldn't really even be doing it. God bless Elias. Okay, that his priest wife has been diagnosed. Yeah, that sucks, man. And people do have it, okay? How it happened, whether it was created, whether it was a lab animal, escaped, whether somebody ate something, I don't know. I'll never know. Doesn't seem quite right, though, does it? Does anyone get the feeling just something ain't right? Like, I think probably all of us do. Like, something ain't right here. But there's people actually getting this, though. So there you go, right? All right. I'm going to... Let me just check on the comments real quick, because I do truly enjoy hanging out with you guys. And it's not that I'm in a bad mood. It's just frustrating because it feels like communism to me. $1,000 check. I might need to cash mine, okay, guys? I get it. And here's the thing: if they're giving out $300 million $1,000 checks, and everyone's gonna cash it but me, I may as well cash mine, right? If not, I think I'm cutting off my nose to spite my face. But at the same time, I wish there was another answer. I really do. But yet I don't want anyone to be homeless because it sucks. The left has tried to say they're the only ones that are compassionate, and that's just not true. It's just not. I know some people who consider themselves to be liberal, not like these new freaks that are crazy, but like more normal people that kind of vote Democrat. I know some people that are really nice people and they're compassionate. But you know what? Most of the compassionate people I know are conservatives that truly care about people, pray for each other when they're sick. You know, like we said, a friend of the channel here, his priest is sick, you know. And if anybody's family in here is sick, one more time, God bless you. I wish you the best. All of you guys that are worried about getting sick, I'm worried too. It's perfectly normal. Okay? All of us are worried and it sucks. And I feel so bad for everybody right now. You know who I feel terrible for? My little girl. She worked so hard on her young authors book. And she won young authors for her class. You guys remember young authors when you were a kid? And they had something really special planned for them. And they were going to go out to the local community college on a field trip. And they were going to get to meet an actual real life author that writes children's books. And they were going to get to sit there and, you know, meet a real author. And they got to go to McDonald's. Like, that's a big deal for a 7-year-old. And, you know, they postponed it. And, you know, I think my wife told her tonight, if not, she will tomorrow. It's not postponed anymore. It's just canceled now. And she spent 2 months writing this book and proofread it and all of her own drawings. And it's a beautiful book. And if you, I think she's asleep right now. But if you're watching, honey, your book's awesome. And they just canceled it. And this isn't about my daughter. I'm just telling you, like, every one of you guys has a story like that. Just the little things that mean so much to, like, our children. They're just gone now. They don't get to see their friends at school anymore. I don't know about you guys' states, but the schools have been canceled in Michigan for well over a week. You know, no friends are coming over to play anywhere. And it's just, you know what I'm saying? So, heck yeah, I'm compassionate. I am. And if I knew that if somebody needed something, I called a couple of friends of mine that are older people. Where I shoot my videos a lot of times. I'm a member of a gun club. I shoot in my backyard. There's different places, but the place I like to shoot the most, just because I like it there, is at a customer of mine's. It's become a good friend, and she's elderly. You know, she has some health issues, and I shoot a lot of my videos there. If you see me, some of them I shoot there, some of them I shoot in other place. But anyways, I called her up the other day and said, "Do you need anything? Like, you probably shouldn't be going out in public." And she said, "No, I'm good. But So if there's a neighbor that needs your help, if you need to spend some of your money for a family in your town that can't afford groceries right now because they were already barely making ends meet before, and now dad's laid off and they've got 3 kids to feed, don't go buy that ammo on cheaper than dirt. Go buy some groceries for your neighbor, I believe in compassion. I believe God will reward you, and you might not ever see it in this life, but I believe in the afterlife. You'll get your reward, but you shouldn't do it for the reward. Just do it to be decent. So I want compassion. I want us all to help each other. But what I think makes America great is us helping each other. I don't know about the government giving everyone $1,000 check. It just sounds a little bit communist to me. Just something about it doesn't quite seem right. It seems like, yeah, they're going to give us $1,000, but here's the problem. The government doesn't have any money to give us. All they have is debt and money that they take from us. Some people say taxation's theft, right? So they steal money from us, then they give us our money back. And then they give it to people that never even earned any money. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not trying to get this into a whole debate on people that are on welfare. There's perfectly good reasons why some people need our help. And if I have a neighbor, a family member that's starving right now and can't buy groceries, and they've been on welfare their whole life, I don't care. I'm going to go buy them some groceries. I just don't know that the government needs to pay us each $1,000, because it just sounds way, way, way too much like communism to me. And communist countries end up being third world countries. Third world countries do not have high mortality rates. They get rationed health care. They get lines that are so long, people die while waiting in line. Only the rich, only the elites, only the connected get health care in these countries. So, yeah, right now, I get it. It's going to save lives. And I want every life saved right now. But third world countries don't have high mortality rates. You started running into problems that we just take for granted in this country, like sanitation, sewage, reliable power grids. Just little things, the internet that we're all enjoying right now. There's governments out there that, sure, they'll put you up in a free apartment. Government's paying for it. Yeah, and their internet's so darn censored, you can't even talk about a gun. I have analytics in my YouTube, guys, that shows me what country people come from. Mostly the United States, okay, mostly. A lot of Brazilians watch my channel. Nice people in Brazil, by the way. If there's any Brazilians in the house, shout out to Brazil. Gosh, are they nice people. Brazilians, Filipinos. I don't know who's nicer, the Filipinos or the Brazilians. Great people. I see all these countries. Few from the UK, but not many, maybe once or twice. China, 0. I've never seen one person from China ever watch one of my videos. And you know why, right? They won't ever watch one. Because they can't. Because they're a communist country and they can't even watch a gun channel on the freaking internet. Now let me calm this down a little bit. I'm not trying to go too far with this. I don't think that just because they write us $1,000 check, we're going to become Red China, okay? I'm not saying that. But doesn't it sound a little bit communist-ish? Or am I just getting you guys all mad right now because everybody wants the $1,000 no matter what? And I'm saying all this completely my head's spinning, because if 1 or 2 more local businesses closes their doors right now, I might need to cash that $1,000 check. But I don't like the principle behind it. I really don't. So that's kind of where I'm at. I take Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, LOL. Does that count? Sure it does. It's me? Sure it does. Obama wrote us a $400 check his first term. There you go. D-Win, calling from Detroit. What's happening, Detroit? God bless you guys there. Wayne County's getting hit with the virus. VA Wolf, you mean us when you say the government, brother. We're paying ourselves, not the government. Maybe you just popped in, but I said that 10 minutes ago. I completely agree with you. And I definitely said that. What's up, Brastard? Brastard's in the house. What's going on, man? I haven't looked at the chat for a while, guys. Just been I'm kind of ranting, and I'm just kind of in thought. You know what I'm saying? I'm not an expert. There's nothing I'm going to tell you guys. What I'm really doing is I'm going through all this stuff, because I think maybe a lot of you guys are maybe in the same place I am to a certain extent. Are you guys? I'm going to try to look at the chat for a minute here. Have some of you guys been asking these same questions? Like, well, I'm a compassionate person. I don't want anybody to starve to death, even if I don't like them. But this $1,000 just sounds communist. I'm kind of just reading through here. Thanks, David. I appreciate it, man. He said, "Love your stuff, bro." Daniel D, Visca for life. I don't want to regret my purchase. LOL. Hey, I hope it works out good for you, man. The situation's not right, is what Scotty's saying. Guerrero says, I keep making him lose in Apex Legends. Are you playing a video game and I keep interrupting you? Okay, now they're saying $1,200 for adults. Ammo Wizard. What's happening, Ammo Wizard? Kentucky? Did I get that right? I think so. Shout out to Kentucky. You know, it's our money, like White Space Marine says. Yeah, and if you guys are just joining, I definitely said that earlier. The government has no money. They get our money via taxation as theft. Now, it's mostly our money, White Space, right? I hear you, but you also know it's not just our money. It's borrowing money from China, and as our economy weakens and China's increases, then they buy more stock in American companies, and they could take our country down without firing a shot. Just keep that in mind. VA Wolf, I thought you said it, my friend. I'm near D.C., Northern Virginia, surrounded by liberals, but I'm an independent constitutionalist. Right on, man. So you believe in what Ben Franklin said, a republic, if we can keep it. We always have to remember the word if. We always have to remember the word if, because I've heard too many people in this country for too dang long say, I'm an American. I'm guaranteed to have this. I was born with this. And you're right. You're right. When you say, I was born with these rights, endowed upon me by my creator. Creator, not government. Government didn't give it to us, so they can't take it away. And that's how I believe it. But the if you can keep it part, okay? Our kids might not be born under all of these God-given rights, because if a government gets totalitarian enough, look at China, for example. What happens if somebody in China goes up to Xi Jinping and mass protests, right? You guys remember Tiananmen Square, right? I'm showing my age a little bit. I was little, but yeah, Tiananmen Square. They roll tanks through town. That's what they do there. Tiananmen Square was kind of a photo op thing, but in the end, what happened? China's been killing their people ever since, killing their people before that. That's all they do is look for ways to kill their people. So you can't walk up there in China and say, I have God-given unalienable rights. No, Mr. Chairman, Mr. Premier, Mr. Minister, you know, all the different titles they use. Mr. Ministry of Defense, these are my God-given rights. You didn't give these to me, so you cannot take them away. Screw you. Right? So, yeah, it's great for us to say that, but if we can keep them is a pretty important part, because I believe, this is just me, you know, and when you say God, I believe in religious freedom. God can mean anything to you guys, okay? Whoever you believe created you, and whoever you believe is going to determine your afterlife, that's your God. In my case, it's the Christian God. I totally respect any other gods you guys worship, your creator, right? Now, whoever created you, you can believe they gave you these rights all you want. But as Chairman Mao of China said, all political power comes from the barrel of a gun. And your creator may protect your soul in the afterlife, but if you still have unfinished business here on earth, once a country gets to a certain point, you kind of got to sort of listen up. And that whole my creator BS, as they would call it, doesn't really fly. Now, luckily, we still have that here. We still have it here. So just remember that. Next time you hear somebody say, well, I've got the right that nobody can take away. Yeah, as long as there's still a bunch of patriots fighting tooth and nail every single day and wondering why the heck the National Guards are driving up and down the roads. And you guys know what I'm saying. For those of you just joining, it's like what Tucker Carlson said. And I know I'm repeating myself, but there's people just joining. People didn't buy all this ammo because they truly thought they could like shoot the virus out of thin air. People are buying all this ammo because they do not trust the government. And I think he's absolutely right. I mean, I'm sure he's right. I don't know anybody buying ammo right now because of really any other reason than that. Now, it's to protect from looters and stuff too, but that's still the government. How many police stations in your area have come out and said, hey, we're not even going to be apprehending criminals? In some cases, they say some criminals we're not going to apprehend. The real serious ones we still will. I've heard varying degrees, but I've heard some police forces literally just straight up say, we are not going to arrest anybody. Just whatever. Well, that's the government, isn't it? I thought that's our tax dollars. I thought when they steal our money, right, from us, that we're purchasing a little bit of perceived safety, right? We're purchasing just a little bit of, protection from a man in a uniform, and we're willing to give up our liberty for it because we're purchasing some perceived safety, right, that they stole our money with. Hey, now those hired guns are saying, hey, we're out. We can't protect you when people are looting. If they've literally stated, okay, so many police forces across this country, I'm not making it up, have said, if it's just a property crime, like they're just stealing your food or your toilet paper or whatever, we're not even going to respond. You can file the police report online, and when all this chaos is over with, we'll start going through and investigating afterwards. People thought they could purchase a little bit of perceived security at the expense of their liberty. And as Ben Franklin, to quote him again, said, those that do that will deserve and get neither. So, feels like we're heading that way, doesn't it? Seems like they're wanting to make us lose our liberty. We're also losing this safety. And we were in this very stream together, guys, weren't we, like months ago? And I would talk about this and a year ago, and we already know this, don't we? But I think it's just a reminder that, yeah, people said, well, I'll give up some of my money for a man in uniform to protect me. And you know what? I get it. Cops deserve a good paycheck. This is nothing against cops here. Not any individual one cop. You know what I'm saying? There's bad cops. I'll hold it against them. There's good cops. But when I say the police, you guys know what I'm saying? Like the man, the government. Yeah. People thought they could purchase themselves a little bit of security. I bet you a lot of us wish we had those tax dollars right now to buy a few more rounds of ammo, really. When the local PD says we're not even responding to 911 calls right now, So there you go. Braster needs some night vision, he says. Yeah, I'm just taking a quick look at the chat here, man. K-Dog, thanks a lot, man. I appreciate it. Poor conservative bought some reloading supplies. I've heard they're rationing powder sometimes, There you go. Leonard Mason. China has more police watching the populace than they have military. Yeah, you're right. And in China, there's not a huge distinction between police and military in a way because they're all nationalized, Just like when our governor, which like I've said a million times, she's a real beauty, okay? She gets up there and I want to go on a rant about the governor, but I'll probably bore you guys. But yeah, our governor, she's a real beauty. She was crying, been crying all week. She wants the president to give her funds so she can nationalize the National Guard. She says she's just going to help feed hungry people. Hopefully that's all it is. Because I'm a realist. Again, I'm not going to feed into like excessive panic or nothing, guys. I'm not. I know very well that many times the National Guard comes in, they're unarmed, they have no weapons on them at all, and they are actually handing out either regular food or even MREs, and they are actually walking up to people's doors, knocking on it, and giving them a box of food in it. They do actually do that, okay? Am I suspicious they might be called up for other reasons? Of course I'm suspicious. I'm a red-blooded American. We were born to be suspicious. That's why we've just bought every single box of ammo in the whole United States, because we're suspicious. But at the same time, hopefully they're just feeding people, and there is a chance, there really is. There's a chance that the only reason the Guard's been called up in Michigan is to feed people. There's a very good chance of that. But I'm suspicious. Did you guys feel the same way? Probably a lot of you guys in here, at least a few of you have been in the National Guard, and you'll be able to vouch for what I'm saying, right? The Guard does go out unarmed many times, and Just do utilitarian things. Sometimes the guard will come in and put sandbags around people's homes in a flood or a hurricane, right? Sometimes the guard will help with all kinds of random stuff. Let's hope that's what it is. Let's see here. Randall Hill's out of here. Good night, man. See you later. Randall's bailing early tonight. He must be tired. No, I get it. So many people have stuff that they have to take care of, you know. And kind of surprised this many people are in here tonight, really. But I'm glad you guys are, because we need each other. We have to remember. And this is back what I was saying earlier. Every doom and gloom thing I've said tonight, there's a positive side of the coin, right? Like a republic, if you can keep it. There's a lot of people in here right now who have been busting their butts every day. And I'm offering my encouragement, okay? I'm offering my encouragement that you guys don't slow down. You guys keep it up. We can keep it. Like as in these guys, like Mateo, Tactical Review, VA Wolf, David, Borgmenke, David Trees, Screaming Opossum, Patriot, okay? Randall Hill, Ammo Wizard. I'm just reading the names right in order here. Missouri Blacksnake. You guys are we, right? When Ben Franklin said, if you can keep it, that included all of our forefathers and includes all of us right now. 6.4 liter Hemi power. What's happening, man? Long time no see. Don Coble. Don Coble's with us. You know what I'm saying? Matt Morrison's with us. We've got people. There's 182 people in here right now, 151 thumbs ups, which I appreciate. If you guys forgot how to give the thumbs up, you can ask Rachel. Last week I had to give her the tutorial. Now, if you're on your phone, you just hit that little down arrow for the chat. You can hit the thumbs up, and then you can hit chat immediately, and it'll come right back. So there you go. Let's see here. Do I have a 9mm for sale? I do not sell guns, unfortunately, but hopefully your local gun shop has one. Scotty, I will not comply. Weldon Cross is thanking me for all of my... He's thanking me for something. Thanks, man. Let's see here. Tactical Reviews locked and loaded. You're not alone, guys. And that's the thing. And I want to emphasize that. I'm saying this for a reason. No, I'm not a cheerleader, okay? I wouldn't look cute with pom-poms, rah, rah, rah. No. I'm cheerleading a little bit, though, for a reason. Because I think what a lot of goes on like this, if there is a master plan at stake here, you guys can decide if there is or not. I'm always suspicious. Let me say that, right? But they want isolation. It was during times of isolation and making people feel alone and turning on each other when some of the most terrible regimes have ever come to power. Germany's had it happen. Russia, Soviet Russia. Many countries have had these authoritarian regimes come into play because they made people feel alone and they made them feel isolated. And a lot of us feel alone right now. Some of you guys are living in states where you probably can't legally leave your house under very rare circumstances, whatever. Some of you guys have a little sniffle and you're like, is it just my allergies? Or am I going to be dead in 2 days? So, like, I get it. There's the strong feeling of wanting to feel alone, but don't feel alone. There's almost 200 people watching this stream right now, and I'm going to assume 99% of them are on your side. They're with us. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, if I have to come up corny like a cheerleader, I'm going to state the obvious. I just read 50 people's names, and there's 50 more that have just scrolled by. And they've got you. They've got your back. I've got my Michigan people right here. People throughout the whole country. You guys are in all different states of the country, but I guarantee you there's someone in here from probably every state, right? Maybe not California. Represent if you're here from California, okay? I don't want to leave you guys out, but yeah, fear no fear is what Bill Preston says. And anytime you turn on the news, all they're going to do is try to scare you. It's blatantly obvious, okay? Tennessee's ready. Virginia. How about this, guys? I need to get a drink just because my throat's getting dry. I'm going to come back, give you guys a couple teasers for some upcoming videos, maybe answer some questions. Shout out your states, guys, to each other right now, okay? This is not about me. This is about you guys. You guys talk for a few minutes, have some fun. Maybe you'll be able to meet some new neighbors. You guys can get a hold of each other later. One more thing, my Facebook group, the 2A EDU group, this is a good place because YouTube got rid of their messenger system. You guys can come over, join the group. Couple quick questions we ask of you. It's a private group. Then you guys can send each other messages. You guys can get with each other, okay? VA Wolf from Virginia's got everyone's back, but you guys need to acquaint yourselves with your neighbors here, guys. I just saw 2 Hoosiers back to back. All right. Yeah, keep shouting each other out. You guys need to get together, okay? We need each other. We really do. So I'll be back in just a second here. All right, I'm back. Is that a retro VZ58 in the background? Yep. That's a VZ58 I just put up for display since I can't touch. That's the paratrooper stock model. I also have the fixed stock. I've got the VZ52 rifle and VZ57 rifle. So that's a hint of a video that's going to be coming up soon. I'd like to go over some of the Czech stuff. I definitely like the Czech rifles and pistols quite a bit. But yeah, that's a VZ58. I just thought for a little background, I'd put up the case. And these are the big rolls, the janitorial supply rolls of Scott's. So I'm good there. I've got some TP in the house. I know that's kind of one of the big concerns, if you will. I kind of laugh, but I guess it's not a laughing matter. It's probably the only thing harder to get right now in this country than ammo is toilet paper. So, geez, oh, Pete. Uh-oh. Emu29 is here to chew bubble gum, and he's fresh out of gum. Yeah, that's the VZ58. And he's out of here. All right. What are you guys looking for? Okay, so I got lucky, guys, just because I had some videos planned, like I said before. So I bought some ammo. I ordered it like from one place on the 10th, and then another place on the, I think it was like the 12th or 11th, right around the same time. So I made 2 orders. One was from AIM Surplus. The other was from Classic. And here's what I got. So I do have some ammo for some future shooting videos, okay? I'm not going to hoard. I've already had my little stash, if you will, that I feel I need for a while now. Like I said, I've been through Sandy Hook. I was through Obama getting elected twice. I've kind of been around the block. You know what I'm saying? So. And there's always somebody in here who's an idiot, but that's funny. So, no shortage on toilet paper. Around here there is. Around here there is a shortage on toilet paper, but I basically picked up some of this. Let me see here. From AIM Surplus, I've got 10 boxes. Here's a few of them right here. Here's a few more of the Wolf 9mm Luger. Now, I didn't buy this because it's all they had in stock, okay? I bought this literally like before there was even any whispers of an ammo shortage. I just bought it because I wanted to do some shooting videos. And my Patreon supporters I do have, which I just saw somebody signed up. If you're in here right now, thank you so much for that. My super chats, my teeny bit of revenue helps pay for it. But I'm still ultimately having to, buy this stuff, right? So I just bought this pre-panic because I have no problem shooting steel case, and it's much cheaper than brass. And for many different types of shooting tests, it's just fine with me. So this is just my opinion. You guys are all going to have your own opinions on this. I have no problem shooting steel case ammo and my firearms. 90% of them shoot it just fine. I've had a couple here and there that are kind of finicky and don't like it. But any kind of serious gun I've ever owned that I've carried that's a quality firearm shoots steel case just fine. So, again, just my opinion, and that's why you're here, right? Just to hang out. And I'm going to say it one more time. Decide for yourselves. If this is all you can find right now, I'd buy it. I'll shoot this stuff all day long. I literally bought this stuff before there was any hint of a panic. So I've got some Wolf. This was $6.50 a box. There's also another company that's kind of come on the scene lately, and I bought some from Classic and AIM. This is this Scorpio. This is made in Czech Republic. This is a 9mm, 124 grain ball ammo. This from AIM was $8.50 for 50 rounds of 124 grain. I don't have any experience with it yet. This stuff just came in recently. I haven't had a chance to use it yet, but yeah. 124 grain. This was $8.50 a box. Do you see this pop back up again? It's a pretty good price, I thought, right? I also got just a little bit, because I'm not a huge 223 guy, but I bought a few boxes of this Wolf 223 Remington, 55 grain, 223 5.56, right? This will shoot him 5.56. And I'm just stating that because I've had people ask me lately. If your rifle's chambered in 5.56, it's also chambered in 2.23. You're good to go. This was $3.50 a box about a week and a half ago, so I picked up some of that. And these were all just normal prices just the other day, like I said, and I just literally bought this. I just sheer luck that I had this on its way for other purposes. Now, I'm going to go through what I got from Classic here. Let me move this box over. They kind of shrink wrap it for you. I have bought 2 boxes of this Gecko 9mm Makarov brass case. This was like $9.50 a box. I think this is still available most places for you guys that shoot Makarov. I've seen that still around. I grabbed up some of this cheap Tula ammo 308, some 150 grain ball rounds, as well as some 165 grain soft point. This was $5.50 a box for Tula ammo 308. Which, again, I have no problem shooting steel case, guys. I really don't. They're my guns. I spend my hard-earned money on them, and you know what? They've been just fine for me. Few guns don't like it, just a couple. My Taurus Spectrum, if you guys saw that video, it doesn't like steel case, okay? That'd be one example. Some 7.62 by 54R. This is the 148 grain, which I kind of like it being a little lighter load. Thought maybe I'd do a video soon on my PSL. Is anyone interested in a PSL video? Let me know. I don't really think I've ever brought the PSL out on the channel, to be honest. But yeah, a couple boxes of 54R. This was around $7.50 a box, I think. I grabbed up some of the 62 grain range friendly Tula 223. This was a little more than the regular. This was like $3.89 a box, I want to say. 62 grain. What they call range friendly, meaning it has a non-steel jacket. So not only is this approved in a lot more ranges, but if you're worried about the mild steel jacket wearing out your barrel, look, Lucky Gunner did a complete comprehensive test on it. Just look up the Lucky Gunner steel cased ammo test, AR-15 test. More information than you'd ever need on this topic. But if you're worried about, you know, that bimetal jacket kind of wearing out your barrel, this does not have any steel in the jacket, okay? Even though it is a steel cased. There's just no steel in the bullet. So there you go. Another pack of 54R. People had requests that they want to see me with my Phoenix HP22A pistol. So grabbed up a couple boxes of this Gecko. This was like $1.75 a box for 22 long rifle. I grabbed a box of these Remington Yellow Jacket hollow points. These are like a hyper velocity, just to mess with them. So, see what those will do. And then for some reason, I don't know if you guys have noticed this, but when you order from Classic, sometimes they split your shipment up into a couple orders. So, a couple of the items came a la carte. Like a couple days later, even though I ordered at the same time. I thought I'd try out some of this Aguila hollow point. I don't know why it's not focusing on it. This is a 30 grain hyper velocity, 1,700 foot per second. So I thought I might see what this did. Now, I'm not going to shoot this hyper velocity out of my Phoenix, but I thought maybe out of a long gun I'd try some of this hyper velocity just to see what it does. So I picked up some of that. Just 2 boxes of it, just to experiment with it, really. And then last but not least, this Federal ammo. I thought this was some nice, just cheap Plinken ammo, standard velocity. People have been asking me about 22s lately, so I was ready to do a few 22 videos. So just bought a few more boxes of that just to plink with and do some range footage for some videos. And then the last box, again, this was only 2 orders total, guys. It's just Classic likes to, for some reason, split stuff up into multiple boxes. This was the deal I was really excited about 2 weeks ago there, okay? $8 a box. This is the same Scorpio that I showed you from AIM. Classic had this on sale for $7.99. I ordered 4 boxes of it. And then I was like, man, that's a good deal. I wish I would have ordered more. They sold out. Again, pre-shortage. And then I saw AIM had it for $8.50. So I said, well, that's still a great deal. So I bought 4 more from AIM. So I guess I've got 8 boxes total of this 124 grain. So I don't know if anyone else picked this stuff up or not, but if they did, let me know if you guys have had a chance to shoot it. It looks kind of cool, doesn't it? Yeah, White Space Marines. I like the name. Liam saying good stuff. So yeah, there you go. I don't know. $8 a box for any ammo is cheap. And Czech Republic, I bought ammo from Czech before, and it's usually been pretty good stuff, right? In fact, I showed you guys some Czech ammo the last stream, didn't I? We've got some right here. Here's some 7.62x45 Czech ammo for the VZ52. So Czechoslovakia / Czech Republic, you know, they've been making ammo for a long time for their military arsenals and apparently for export to the United States. So that's just my opinion, guys. You guys can do what you want, but you're probably going to find that, because I remember, again, Sandy Hook, Obama's elections, all this, anytime there's an ammo scare, you'll notice steel case will pop in from time to time, and it's going to be the cheapest option. If you want to keep practicing, you might want to try it out. And I know there's some of you right now who are vehemently telling me that they completely hate steel case, and I completely respect your right to hate it, okay? But I obviously don't have a problem with it. I just want to emphasize this, guys. I did not buy this ammo because it's all I could find. They had every type of ammo in stock possible on the 10th when I ordered it. Trust me. I bought it because it was $6.50 a box rather than the $8 a box for brass because, again, not much revenue coming in on here, and I just wanted to do some more shooting videos for you guys, you know? VA Wolf says, you turned me on to classic arms, brother. I'm very impressed with several of their firearms. I just ordered a couple Glock 19 mags. And is debating on one of the Glock 2340 LE turn-ins. See, I was thinking about one of those 40 turn-ins in a way, and I could just swap the slide back and forth with my Rem Sport slide. My 9mm for my Glock 19. Gen 3, they're compatible. You know, different ejector, but in my opinion, it's fine. People have theories on that, but I'm fine with it. I'm fine with the 40 ejector running a 9mm slide. Doesn't give me any problems. But let's see here. A few of you guys are saying you haven't had any problems with steel case. There you go. I just know a lot of times it's one of the only options, right? Now, you'll run into some guns that have a problem with it because they don't have a really high-powered striker or firing pin. And yeah, the primers are hard on the steel case. They're more of a military-style primer, if you will. And those of you that know what I'm talking about that have bought Milsurp ammo, Milsurp ammo generally has a harder primer because, let's face it, over the years, a lot of these service pistols had non-inertia firing pins and things like that, or firearms like the SKS that have a free-floating firing pin in a rifle where they didn't want somebody to be running around or marching a little too aggressively and have a round pop off just because the firing pin danced a little bit. So if you have a lot of times, you know, American-made firearm, because American-made firearms are generally made and tested around American-made ammo. But if you have an old surplus firearm, com-block firearm especially, usually they were made to fire hard military primers. So most of the time, you're going to be just fine. Now, many American guns are fine with it too, of course. But you'll run into it once in a while. And is it the ammo's fault? Maybe. You can blame the ammo, or you can blame the gun, in all fairness, too. Like, many guns are totally fine shooting steel case. Why isn't this one? So, you know what I'm saying, right? Looks like a lot of you guys have been buying steel case. Yep, like Brastard said. You guys, he's joking, just so you guys know, but he says, steel case, where's the extractors down to nubs? I heard it on the net, so it must be true. And that's what they say, and he's joking, but it doesn't happen, okay? It doesn't happen. It's a super, super mild steel, okay? It's annealed, making it softer. It's soft steel. In fact, in some cases, they've done tests, and the steel cases were actually less hard than certain types of brass. That's no joke. Yeah, like Walter Miner said, the military issued 45 ACP and ran steel case. And I mentioned that when I did my SDS Imports 45 video, one of the follow-ups, I shot steel case. I don't care. People can say what they want. But some guys came in there whining a little bit. Oh, man, you're shooting steel case in your 1911. You're going to screw it up. And I said, hold on. I came back with a follow-up video, like Walter said. And I reminded them that, yeah, the United States issued steel case for a good period of time, okay, during the wars in the past. So, and again, go back to the Lucky Gunner test, guys. They did it. Nobody could have done a more comprehensive test than them. Look up the Lucky Gunner AR-15 steel case test, barrel test. If you Google something like that, you'll find it. They shot the crap out of it, documented all of it. And what it came down to is, yeah, they wore out the barrel a little bit prematurely. But they could have bought like 30 barrels for the price of the money they saved. So it's up to you. The range-friendly ammo, like Ammo Wizard said, and I brought that up earlier, you know, that actually does not have a steel jacket or a bimetal jacket on the bullet, which is what makes it range-friendly, right? So, yeah. Like Larry Holmes said, I'll never purchase them cheaper than dirt, and I encourage you guys not to. Do what you want, but I wouldn't feed into it. I'd like it if they get brought back down to reality, you know? Speaking of 1911s, I just put out my 9mm SDS Imports TSAS M1911A1 U.S. Army. I know a lot of you guys saw that video. I've been slammed the last couple days. Anyone's comment I didn't answer, I'm going to catch up on comments. You guys know that that's what I'm all about, is hanging out with you guys, you know? So if I gave you a heart, I read your comment. I do not just go through and close my eyes and hit hearts. If you guys have seen a heart on the comments lately, I read it. Just didn't have time to type or reply. But I know a lot of you guys saw that video, and maybe some of you are looking forward to me taking it to the range. And I know I am. And I'm going to try it with some brass cased ammo. And sure as heck, I'm going to be testing it with some steel case. So I really hope that SDS TSAS is going to eat some steel case, because I just bought a decent amount of it. I bought some brass too, but as you guys see, I bought more steel than I did brass, and I'd like to shoot some of that steel case ammo out of that TSAS. I'm not worried about it. I think it's going to be just fine. You know, say what you want about Turkey. We're not going to get into Turkey tonight. You guys can have valid opinions, pro or con on that. I'm cool, whatever. But they do make a good gun. They really do. And, you know, in the case with these SDS Imports TSASs, they've got a forged frame, a forged slide, a forged barrel. So are they as cool as a USGA? Heck no. Heck no. Not even close. The USGA ones are awesome, but for those that can't afford it and want one that looks a lot like it, is going to have basically the same ergos and look a lot like it, there you go. You know what I'm saying? $300 and something. Probably in many ways, and I've even had many people come into my comments that own the real ones, the USGI, US Property Mark, and they seriously say right on there, probably the TSAS ones better made than the USGI, quite frankly. The USGI ones, they spot heat treated the slide. The TSAS, they thoroughly through heat treated the whole slide. So far, I've really liked my 45, and I'm looking forward to shooting the 9. Thanks for the super chat, VA Wolf. I really appreciate it, man. He said, thanks for the info on the Glock 2340. Yeah, for those of you guys that don't know a lot about Glocks, it's kind of simple. And this is kind of what's cool about Glocks. So you can take a Glock 23, okay, which is a compact, and a Glock 19, which is a compact. The frames are the same. Now, technically, the extractor is different, and I'll actually show you guys. I have one right here. This is for a future video. Okay, I'm going to show you guys a little trick, but here's what's called a trigger housing, all right? Okay, and built into your trigger housing, now it's removable. Well, you'll see the video, but okay, that's your ejector. Yes, is there a different ejector on a 40 versus a 9? Yes, but many people say, okay, many/most people will say they actually like the 40 better than the 9. So there you go. We're going to do a video on this later, so I don't want to give up too much. But yeah, But a Glock 23 frame and a Glock 19 frame, same frame. If you stripped all the little pieces out of it, it's literally the same. Same thing as your Glock 26 versus Glock 27. So your Glock 27, 40 cal. Glock 26, 9mm, same frame. Let's go full size. Glock 17, 9mm. Glock 22, 40 cal, same frames. So yeah, you could take a slide from one, right on the other. And from my experience, now I wouldn't recommend carrying for self-defense this way, but I've taken my Glock 22 frame and ran with the 40 cal mags, the Glock 22 mags. I've ran 9mm right through them 40 cal mags. I've yet to have a failure to feed. Now, is it the right mag? No, the feed lips are different, but the mags fit each other is the point. So in my opinion, you're completely good to go. If you took your Glock 23, put on like that Rem Sport slide, which Rem Sport, those are good deals, guys. Really good stuff, by the way. I did the video on it, and I really am excited about their budget offerings available on eBay and elsewhere, right? But you could take that Gen 3 slide, that 9mm, the whole loaded slide with the barrel, everything, slap it right on that 23. Grab yourself a Glock 19 mag, would be preferred. Throw it in there, and you're good to go. Now, for range use, you'll probably be just fine running your Glock 23 mag with 9mm ammo in it. If you want to try it out, go for it. It's not going to hurt nothing. The worst you're going to do is get a failure to feed, right? So, there you go. Ammo Wizard says just go with the G2. You guys know I like those too. Really, really liked my newer Taurus pistols a lot, but I like Glocks too. And those Leo trade-ins, not a bad deal. And there's a reason why you're going to get the 40s cheap. Now, here's another thing you can do too, just so you know. If you don't want to go with the whole slide, several companies make a conversion barrel, okay, including Rem Sport and others. So you can take that Glock 23 slide, okay, and just literally buy a 23 to 9mm conversion barrel. So it's still going to fit in that 40 slide, but it's going to shoot 9mm. Now, don't get confused. You cannot take a Glock 19 barrel and just throw it in your Glock 23 slide. It won't work. It has to be what's called a conversion barrel that basically allows you to fire 9mm out of your 40 caliber slide. So that's the cheapest possible way to go. Some people like to do that. Some people like to do what I said earlier, just have their 19 slide and their 23 slide, and they can just simply swap out slides and have like a total hot swap. That's cool too, right? Especially if you have like a Polymer 89 or something already, you know? So if you already had the slide, then there you go. That's the cheapest way. Just slap it on your 23. And there's a lot of newer people getting into guns or newer into Glocks. So, yeah. That's why I'm just letting you guys know. I know somebody said they already know. But, hey, there's people that don't know. So, I like to help out everyone in here. Dino's asking me about lever action vids. I could probably do that. I got a couple lever actions. I've got a couple old Winchester 1894s. Some of the old ones that say, 30 WCF for the chambering on them. I've got a couple saddle ring carbines. I'm not a big lever action guy, but I have a few 30-30s, some old Winchesters, which are pretty cool. Pro Conservative says some people are man enough to shoot 40. Some people are. Some people are man enough. And for the ones that are even a little tougher than that like a little more speed, if you know what I mean, some people are even man enough to shoot 357 SIG. So there you go. Huh? The other cool thing about that Glock 23, you can get a 357 SIG conversion barrel too. And the cool thing about that, I've already done a video, but for you new guys to the channel, these use the same exact mag as the 40, because this is actually a 40 Smith & Wesson case that's been necked down with a 9mm projectile, okay? Flat point. So that's what's cool about the 40s. In fact, I've made this argument to many people. I think if you're getting in the Glock, buy a 40. Seriously, it's probably the best one to buy because you've got your 40, okay? For a little bit weaker shooters like Pro Conservative, you've got 40. If you want to go with some speed and a full man's round, you can just get the 357 SIG conversion barrel. No magazine change required. If you want to go down to the 9mm, buy your 9 conversion barrel in your mag or swap your 19 slide out, right? So really, I think 40 is almost the way to go. Unless you just hate 40 and you're never ever going to shoot it, and then just get a 9 mil. But I like the versatility. How you can have the gun, right? The 40 cal, whether it's a 19, a 27, a 22, and you're literally like a barrel away from having 2 calibers and a barrel and mag away from having the third. That's kind of cool. So that's why I'm really glad to have my couple Leo trade-in Glock 22s. I'm running 9 mil in one of them right now. I'm running 357 SIG in the other. In 2 seconds flat, I can just swap that barrel out and go right back to 40. So it's pretty cool. Let's see here. Yep, Libra's saying 40 is the most stocked. Yep, because 9 millimeter's gone because of popularity. There you go. That's what's nice. The 40 guys are happy right now, aren't they? 40 guys are happy because they're not making a run on the ammo. 357 SIG guys, well, here's the deal. They're not really making a run on the 357 SIG as much, but 357 SIG always costs twice as much as 9 mil. So, but 357 SIG, it's a good round. Ozark Yemen's talking about the Underwood 155 grain at 1,340. That's probably a good one. Although I'm not familiar with it, it's probably a good one. Let's see here. Low stock on the 40. Okay. Oh, no, you're saying there is low stock. I'm sorry. See, I've seen more 40 than 9, though. I'll tell you that much. I think there's more 40 than 9. Bretta Man says 10 mil. There's still some 10 mil ammo available, I think. VA Wolf, you kind of knew about it, but you appreciate it. Okay, I kind of went into a long thing about it, but here's what I've realized. You can't take anything for granted. There could be someone in here who's owned guns longer than me, but if they're brand new into Glocks, how would they know, right? I mean, when I first saw the 40 Glocks, I was like, man, I don't know about buying this Glock 22. Nothing against the 40, but I'm a little more of a 9 mil guy, I thought. And I had a friend tell me, this is probably 7-8 years ago. Up until 7-8 years ago, I didn't really know. They said, no, dude, just buy that 40. It was a Leo trade-in. Prices have gone up, but when I bought mine, it was like $270 for a Leo trade-in. I think from AIM Surplus, actually, if I'm not mistaken. My buddy's like, no, dude, just buy that 40, man, because you can just put this little conversion barrel in there real quick and do it to 9. And I'm like, oh, really? And what else? He's like, well, you should buy a 9 mag, but you don't really have to. And that's kind of how I learned, just by somebody telling me, you know. Dauntless Defense, what's happening, man? Had a homebound date with Mrs. Dauntless. Right on, man. Right on. Mott Parker, what's happening? Let's see here. Mark Taylor said, I had a Glock 22 and love that firearm. They are nice guns, aren't they? We got Steve Adams, 40 or 45 guy. Where's all the 357 SIG fans? Come on, what's wrong with you guys? There's got to be at least a couple, right? Now, Don Coble liked his 357 mag, which that's a good round, but it's not quite a 357 SIG, though. Now, most 357 Magnums are more powerful, so don't mistake what I'm saying here, but oh, guys, I got something caught in my eye a minute ago. Now my eye is all bloodshot. I think I had an eyelash in my eye a few minutes ago. It's still kind of itchy a little bit. Oh, brother, man, don't be scared. I'm not gonna. I know the rules on here. I don't agree with them, but hey, at least we get to hang out, right? I've been talking a lot tonight, which is fine. It's fine. Just need another drink. A lot of 40 fans actually in here. See, they say 40's dead, but I don't think it is. Chico Wise, there we go. 357 SIG guy. Or he's just saying that just to give me a little support. Either way, I appreciate it. Now, 357 SIG and Magnum are two quite different rounds, right? So 357 Magnum is like a larger 38 special. You know, it's 357 SIG is a lot newer round, and it's actually a 40 case, right? 40 short and weak, neck down to a 357. So, well, 355. They call it 357. It gets real confusing, guys. But basically, yeah. Basically a 9 mil bullet, right? Libra's got 357 SIG stocked up from the year 2000. Okay. See you later, Walter Miner. Let's see. Ryan says, I don't own a 40 caliber, but how's the stockpile holding up on those, and are they as depleted as well? Now, we had somebody in here saying that 40 was out in their local area. So I don't know. That's going to change. Some of the online places I noticed still have the 40, where the 9's the first that they sold out on. Yeah, that is a shame, Brastard. It really is that somebody doesn't make a modern double stack 7.62 by 25. Now, that would have to be a longer front to back grip, though, keep in mind, which I'm sure you know that, obviously, but it would have to be like, the 5.7, like the FM 5.7 or the Ruger 57, how they've got the long front to back grip that some people's hands are great with. Some people, they're not so comfortable. It would have to be like that because 7.62 by 25 is a long round. But I wish there was a way to do it, too. Brother Man wants to see the llama. You know what? They say it can pass from human to animal, but llama's been tested. Llama doesn't have anything, just so you guys know. I feel totally fine having llama in my personal space. It's all good. I mean, it's actually quite comforting, obviously, right? To have him here with me, but don't worry about it. He's been completely tested, and he's got a clean bill of sale to him, so don't even worry about it, guys. For those of you that thought, man, he's within that 6-foot radius. He's good. I assure you he's good. Let's see here. You guys are asking when it was made in the 90s, right? Yeah. People are asking to make the Ruger 57 and 7.62 by 25. That would be nice. That would be nice. Indeed, Beretta, man. He is a saint, isn't he? BC's a 22 Magnum guy. It's another good little round. Really? Yeah. I like 22 Magnum. The old tried and true rimfire, right? G-Man 5445. He's talking about aim surplus being excellent. Picked up a Glock 17. Yeah. I've always had good luck with those guys. And again, when I tell you this, I mean it. They don't know me. They're not sponsoring the channel. I mean, they could look up my order history over the years. I've been a good customer, but I've just been recommending them because I think it's been decent of them. For those of you guys that just joined in here, that Wolf ammo I showed you guys from Aim Surplus, it was $6.50 on the 10th. Those times are gone. They posted it up tonight just a couple hours ago for $7.30 a box. And considering what's going on, and considering that they have to stretch their profits because they'll be out of ammo soon, I think that was really fair. Completely fair compared to what more expensive than Dirt's been doing. So this was available tonight. You guys just have to pay attention if you're looking for it. It's sold out within an hour. Just before the stream started, it sold out. I was hoping so bad. I'll go check it out right now real quick before I forget. See if there's anything. I was hoping so bad. And those of you who were here last week, you guys know I did it. I told you guys, go to AIM. They've got this stuff. They've got that stuff. I was trying to give you guys some last-minute chances, and I know some of you just didn't quite have the money yet, and it sucks. I wish I could have ordered a bunch last Friday, but luckily I did make a decent order for some videos just shortly before that. But I'm always trying to help you guys out. Just know that. I mean, it's just try not to buy from cheaper than Dirt. If you can, I mean, do what you want, but try not to. Let's see here. Okay. Yep, it's out of stock. I'm just taking a quick look on AIM for you guys. So, pardon me. They had some really good stuff just a little bit ago. Now, this ammo is probably not for most of you, but it's not really a ripoff. They've got the PPU subsonic, it looks like. Nope, I'm sorry. I'll click before I open my mouth again. That's sold out too now. Dang it. Well, they've got PPU 25 auto, $13 a box. That ain't bad. Any of you 25 fans out there? We've got some Korean surplus 30 carbine. Now, this ain't... Okay, never mind. I'm going to shut my mouth. See, usually AIM removes it, but if it sells out recently, it's still up here. All this stuff sold out just like in the last couple of hours. 9 Makarov. We've got a 50 count box of PPU 9 Makarov for $16. Hollow point. Jacketed hollow point. The PPU defensive line. I think it's time to switch to 9 Makarov, guys. I got quite a few 9 Makarov guns, by the way. I actually like that round. I think that's what I should do. Probably just switch over to, 25 ACP and 9mm Makarov videos for the next undisclosed amount of time. Does that sound like fun, guys? Oh, boy. Let's see here. I'm scrolling up through here. I might have missed something. And by the way, if anyone left me a super chat earlier while I was going on that long rant and you're still here, just let me know right now. Say at 2AEDU so I can thank you. I'm going to feel so bad if I missed somebody that did, but I do appreciate it. I just looked at my phone a minute ago and saw that somebody right during the stream signed up for my Patreon, and that's awesome because I try to show you guys and be transparent. Like, hey, I just bought this for the channel or that for the channel, and I really am doing it. I'm not going to hoard up this ammo that I have. I am still going to do videos with it. Now, if this goes on forever, I don't know. I'm not going to deplete myself down to no ammo left, but the stuff that I bought for the channel that I was already planning on using, I'm going to shoot it up. So we've got some more videos coming up, some more range videos. Let's see here. I was just shopping on AIM Surplus. I can't put the link in the chat, okay? It's against policies. So, yeah. I'm not even going to say the name of the website just because of policies. Yeah. All right. I'm just going to take a quick look through the chat here. I've been on for almost 2 hours already. Wow. Seems like it's just been a few minutes. I've been having a good time hanging out with you guys. You know what I just noticed, though, would be pretty cool? Like, I don't really care, but since we're so close, I'm at 197 thumbs ups. So if even 3 of you guys forgot, I'm really close. 200 would be pretty cool, wouldn't it? Just as a way to let them know that we're still out here and we're still hanging out, you know? Arcane says, just tried Outdoor Limited site, won't load. Maybe they're out of everything. It could be. I just showed you guys an ammo unboxing from Outdoor Unlimited, 2-3 weeks ago? I also shopped there. They were great company to deal with. Oh, a bunch of you guys were sleeping. I just have to remind you, you guys have got good hearts. You just forget a little bit. Went to 216 instantly. So, heck yeah, guys. Outdoor Limited, Poor Conservatives giving you guys a little tip. Oh, yeah. BC, the Chinese SKS at Classic. Heck yeah, I have one of those Chinese SKSs from Classic. I can't touch it, but I did the crack stock one a couple weeks back, right? They got some more crack stock ones afterwards. I don't know if you guys noticed that about a week ago. They sold out. They still have the regular ones, the $2.99. I have one of those regular $2.99 Classic SKSs right behind the toilet paper. So if you guys would like to see a video on that, let me know. It's not going to take much talking into it because I completely love the SKS. You know, the Russian ones, Liam saying, those are good too. I own quite a few SKSs, guys. My first gun was an SKS back in like 94. So kind of been with them for a while. And I like them from all countries, quite frankly. So heck yeah. Okay, you guys are all rolling in with the thumbs ups and the emojis. I appreciate it, guys. Robert Paul says, if you want ammo, then reload. That's an option. Yep, that is. Me? It depends. I love reloading, okay? 9mm. Now people will reconsider, I'm sure. But buying this steel case at $6.50 a box, I don't think you can reload it any cheaper than that, can you? So what I like to do a lot is, that's back to that again. Even pre-shortage, everything. I like the steel case for that reason. I don't even have to worry about picking up the brass. I just let it fall on the grass, hit it with the lawnmower a few times. By the end of the year, it's rusted away. Problem solved. But yeah, reloading is definitely a good skill. So thanks for reminding people of that. That's a good one. Chris Build It. What's happening, man? How you doing? Another local guy here. Casting your own bullets? Maybe. Maybe Ammo Wizard. And that is a maybe, right? 650 per 50 count. I'll give it to you. You're getting close. MI Crafter saying there's no powder. 2010 Dalai Lama. Lots of thumbs ups. Appreciate it, man. Lots of powder and bullets are sold out too. And primers. There you go. That sucks. Good night, VA Wolf. Nice hanging out with you, man. Oh, don't apologize. You're one of only a couple people that gave super chats all night. You're awesome, man. I really appreciate it. I do. It means a lot to me. It helps fund the channel and just lets me know that I know you guys all care just by hanging out, but I appreciate it. It lets me know that you extra cared, right, VA? Let's see here. Chris, I saw the grant that you sent me. I'm not sure what I was supposed to search for, though. So if you can send me a follow-up on that, because all it was a thing where I could search for any type of federal grant I wanted. So if there's a particular one you think that would help me out, let me know, okay? Let's see here. Chris is saying he'll support. Swing by and grab some. By your shop. Do you have your shop going right now, or are you sold out? Yeah, send me an email, Chris. I'd like to talk to you a little further. I know you're a busy guy, and I'm a busy guy, but heck yeah, man. Now you're talking about HB 5757. It's a House bill banning all guns. I knew that, but you sent me something that was to search for grants, government grants. The link you sent me, so just clarify. But yeah, HB 5717. I'm going to be covering that soon. I know it was already covered on another channel in the last week. I watched the video. Thanks, White Space Marines. Love you too, man. God bless the USA and the Second Amendment. Yeah. So you know what, guys? I've had a lot of fun tonight. I ranted for a while. I was trying not to be too negative, but just wanted to give you guys my opinion on some things and how I'm looking at a few things, because I feel a lot of you guys maybe are going through some of the same thoughts as me. And I'll go back through. When I'm in the middle of my rant, I kind of don't look too much over there, but I go back and read it later, and I'm pretty sure a lot of you guys are going to have some, encouragement from me, and you guys will have some opinions, and I know you guys are smart people, so I definitely appreciate all you guys' comments and your encouragement, and I really hope you guys can just stay strong. I'm going to be here, guys. We all need to be here for each other. Expect more videos to come from me next week. I'll be back here same time, same place next Friday. I hope all of you guys are completely healthy. Take care of yourselves. Whether there's something shady going on this with or not, I'm suspicious too, but there are real life people starting to get sick, okay? So I hope it's not you guys. Keep yourselves clean when you're out in public. Don't take stuff for granted. I've been using plenty of these nitrile gloves. I always keep these anyways. These are the Harbor Freight ones. These are great. I've got myself my own little mix here. 3/4 of this bottle was 91% rubbing alcohol, 25% aloe vera juice. The aloe helps to keep your hands, from drying out. And what it also does is this. If you spray straight alcohol on your hands, right, it can actually evaporate off your hands so quickly, okay? See how wet they're staying still? It can evaporate so quickly off your hands that it's actually gone before it has time to kill a virus. Look it up. Somebody let me know about this last week. I didn't even know. By adding that aloe vera juice, it helps keep your hands good, and it keeps it from evaporating as quickly, lets the alcohol hold on long enough to actually do its job. Now, I start off with 91%. So after I've diluted it down with the aloe juice, I'm still at 70%. So I'm not a doctor. If anyone even thought that I'm qualified to give medical advice, they're wrong. I'm just telling you guys what I did. So don't take anything I'm saying as any kind of advice, but that's what I chose to do, okay? 91% and aloe vera juice. 100% aloe vera juice. So there you go. Chico Wise, good to have you, man. I'm glad you found it. And again, guys, if you're new here tonight, every Friday, 9:30 Eastern time, Albert McCall, glad you're doing good, man. Wishing us the best. Albert's been around a long time. He's a good dude, and God bless you, Albert. Ozark, Beretta Man, VA Wolf, you're a good down-to-earth guy too, man. I really appreciate it. And God bless you too. I'm just as down-to-earth as all these awesome freaking patriots and buddies that are helping me. You guys are helping to keep me from being lonely tonight. I'm at my shop. I'm not at home, okay? I'm away from my family right now too. So Leonard Mason with the super chat. Thanks so much, man. That's awesome. That's awesome. That's a box of ammo right there, dude. Thank you. I really appreciate it. So, yeah, I'm just watching you guys go through here. Threaded for my pleasure, a local guy. If I missed you earlier, sorry, but glad I saw you in here tonight. I assume you're working. Glad to see you, man. I rock as usual. Cats and cars. So many of you guys, you know? All right, I'm getting corny, but one more time, I appreciate you guys. Thank you so much for, hey, having someone hang out with on a Friday night, you know? Life kind of sucks right now, but there's a lot to look forward to, and you guys just stay strong. And like, again, remember, we have a republic if you can keep it. Make sure your family's good. If a neighbor's hungry, get them some freaking food, like right away. But you still got to stand up for your rights because they're trying to sneak in gun control too. So there's a bunch of stuff going on right now, but there's still a lot of reasons we can smile. And you guys have made my night really fun. And just take care of your family. Take care of your neighbors. The government's not going to take care of you. You might need that $1,000 check. But again, they're not going to take care of you. I want to emphasize it one more time. Make sure your neighbors have enough food. If you have a friend that's on the other side of town, call them up. There's people right now that can't leave their house, okay? You guys are going to have to step up and take care of people right now. The government's not your friend. It never has been, and it never will be. That's why we need each other, and that's why I'm so glad we got to hang out tonight. All right, guys? All right, I'm out of here. You guys get to bed. A couple of you are already going to get in trouble. Mama's calling. The street lights are on. It's getting late. So I'm out of here. Please leave comments in my videos, guys. I read all of them, and I will see you guys next week. All right. Brother, man. You're awesome, dude. All right, guys. Thanks for watching, and have a good one.